What's going on, guys? Today I have another video right here that I'm doing on my Challenger. It's a 2011. Right now it looks pretty not bad from a distance, but when you come in close, y'all can see the dents and whatnot, like right there. So dent right there. Previous owner really didn't take care of this car, guys, and well, sad that I have to restore it. I just bought it. It's probably been with me 3 weeks now. So yeah, the only thing I've changed or I've done to it is really tint the windows and upgraded the wheels from the 18s to 20-inch Mopar 11 edition wheels. Interior is basically stock. I did install a dash cam, so you guys will see that alongside with the backup camera. You can see that. The grill I had to change, and you can see this. I have to really get a new bumper, to be honest. When I bought the car, this grill right here was broken. As you can see, this damage right here as well on the car. Like I said, the previous one did not take care of it. The Carfax turned out clean. So, I don't know. The previous owner probably had an accident with it, and it wasn't a major accident. This came off when I was changing the bulb. I broke the clip. So, I had to change the bulb on that side, but turns out that one was not even the one that had an issue. It's actually the one in the back there that's out. That sucks. But anyway, back to this car review on it. It's a 2011 Dodge Charger SE, and it's a 3.6 liter V6 pulling about 300 horsepower, a little bit over 300 horsepower. Other than that, it's really stock, like I said. Car needs some work. Cosmetic damage, has a lot of cosmetic damages, so needs a paint job. So all that will come in the works depending on how long I keep her. I don't keep my cars long, and really I'm a little disappointed in this car. When I bought it, I really didn't examine it a lot because it was raining that day and it was almost dark. It was late as well. So the dealership I bought it from, really got me on this one. I really do inspect cars a lot better than this, but I kind of messed up here on this one, because if I saw all this cosmetic stuff, I would not have bought it. It drives pretty good, so can't much complain there. I had an oil leak that was going on with it, but Lucas Stop Leak seems to have fixed that problem temporarily. It's not a permanent fix, already says so. I don't own the rights to the music that plays, so just to let you guys know. Yeah, this is the trunk. I just wanted to show you guys the Lucas. This is the Lucas engine oil stop leak that I bought, and you have to actually pour this whole bottle in there. I did little by little. And after really going back into reading the instructions, I saw you need to pour 1 quart in there and drive it for at least 40 miles or something like that. I don't know. So basically it took me about 3 days before it took effect and it stopped. So hopefully that fixed the problem. But anyway, if you're thinking about buying one, you guys want to buy a 3.6 and thinking that, if it's a good buy, if you should go for it or not. To let you guys know, the cars ain't cheap. They look hella nice. To be honest, the car looks nice. Like, damn, it looks real good. But there is maintenance work in there. It's not too expensive, but it's not bad either. It's not gonna break your pocket to the point. I mean, if you don't have a job and you're depending on others to pay your bills and all that stuff, then yeah, that case, don't buy it. Go for something that you actually pay your bills. You can afford it. This I'm not financing it. I bought it cash. If y'all follow my channel, you can see that I had an Audi A4 2009. I sold that, and stupidly thing that I did was I took all that money and I bought this because I've always wanted a Challenger, and when this was for sale, didn't really pay attention to it and all that stuff. I went and put the whole money in it, bought the car. I didn't want to finance or do payments of that nature, so I dumped the whole money in there. And I usually don't do that. Usually when I sell a car, I make a little profit and buy something a little cheaper so I can have a little extra money, so I consider that, okay, I made a profit and whatnot. But in that case, I did something dumb. My mistake. But back to the car. Insurance went up from the Audi for some reason. I thought the Audi would be more expensive to insure, but apparently not. It went up 20 bucks compared to what I was paying on my Audi. It has a little power to it, but if you're looking for power, I guess go for the Hemi. The V6 is not bad at all for a daily car. Let's get inside this car. Turn that on. I gotta go lock up the door anyway. Like I said, the 3.6, the V6 is not bad for a daily car back and forth to work. If you want something with more power, you can get the Hemi, the V8. But for me, I went with the V6 because it's my daily back and forth to work. And I really don't care how people are going to bash about the whole fact that, oh, you should have bought a Hemi. You should have owned a Hemi and all that stuff. It's my car, not yours. I mean, I'm the one driving it every day. I'm the one paying for it, maintenance on it, and all that stuff. That's on me. Yes, a lot of lights are on the car. That's the tire. Apparently, this one didn't have the tire sensors on them, so I need a sensor on that. ABS is my brake light, which is linked to this ESP-BAS light, and the traction. Those are both together. The airbag being on could indicate that it wasn't an accident. I don't know. It wasn't on before. It just popped on, so it could be a fuse that went bad or something like that, but it wasn't on before. This is a Bluetooth, so the car does not have Bluetooth. It does have satellite, and I'm lucky. I guess the previous owner had Sirius XM on there. It's still on there. I guess maybe they did the yearly thing or something like that, or they forgot to deactivate it when they sold the car. I still have Sirius XM on it, so big ups to that. I have almost 200 channels on there, but I only listen to like 4 or 5, and that's it. But yeah, if you have a V6, guys, don't let people kill you. I mean, it's your car. How you guys gonna be driving it and whatnot? If you want something with a little more horsepower, then yeah, go for the V8. You can get the V8. You get more horsepower, but you got to think about it. Your gas is going to be more. You're going to have to worry about gas, and your insurance is going to be higher. So, and on top of that, I think about it this way. A lot of people that have the Hemi, you know, a V8, they cannot really use that power. They cannot push to get that power. Reason being is because if you be rushing, you know, using speeding and all that stuff, trying to see what that car can do, you end up having a ticket, because the police are everywhere now and they're not playing around with these things. So you're gonna get a ticket. So what's the point? So a lot of those people that have these cars, they be very careful not to speed or not to, you know, basically speed, not to get a ticket. It's once a blue moon that they might floor it, but then once they floor it, you know, that's your gas right there. And what's the point? I mean, that's the thing. What's the point? What's the point of paying 3, 4, 5 years of high premium insurance, your gas as well, just so you can say, hey, I have a V8, I have a Hemi. And honestly, all in all, you can always upgrade the engine on the V6. If you want a Hemi on there tomorrow, the car is paid off and all that, save up money and you can get a motor and put it in there. It's not gonna be that hard or that expensive. So it's your choice. There's not much that you need to change in there. So that's one thing. That's one good thing about the V6. But as of right now, till then, it's my daily car. And you can daily it. A lot of people that have the Hemis as well, they end up parking the car because the gas, the gas, the insurance and all that stuff. And on top of that, if they're financing it, it's more expensive. So that's one thing you guys have to think about. Another thing here is, guys, if you have a charger, let me pause this for 1 second. All right, I'm back. If you guys have a charger and here you're thinking that, okay, I want to get a Challenger. Lost my train of thought there for a second. That's why I was quiet there for a second. You want to get a Challenger. It's so much, the similarity is there. So I feel like the Charger is better than the Challenger, no matter what. And a lot of people prefer Challengers over Charger, and I've always wanted a Challenger. I'm that guy who always like, all right, before I die, I want to make sure I want to own a Challenger. That's me. But once I have it, yeah, I don't have the Hemi and all that stuff, so I'm not worried about that. But the fact that I looked at it, I said, okay, I've had Chargers, so many Chargers, and now I just got a Challenger. I feel so like, okay, I should have kept the Charger. I should stay with a Charger, because not only because of the room, there's so much more you can do to the Charger that you can't do to the Challenger. The Challenger is limited to if you're modding it and whatnot. So it's limited. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks more like a muscle car and whatnot, while the Charger just looks more like a sedan. But a lot of people out there, when you look at it, they mod that shit to look mean as hell. And you can YouTube that. You can search it, Google it, Google search it, see images and all that stuff. There are so many Chargers out there that's when it's modded, it outranks the Challenger. Challenger is limited to what you can do to it, but you can still tell that, hey, this is still almost stock. No matter what you do, it's still about stock. You can't do much with the headlights. You can't do much with the hood. I mean, all that stuff that you do is going to cost you much more money. So at the end of the day, I feel like, honestly, a Charger, when they build it, they make it look so much nicer from in and out. And you have more room, so you get more for that than you actually do a Challenger. If you do a Challenger, you have a family tomorrow, you have to think about it. You have to own 2 cars. A Charger, you don't. You can have your Charger and, take care of your family business with that. Well, the Challenger, even though it's a little roomy, it's still tight. It's not a Mustang like my Mustang I had. It's not as tight as the Mustang. So, or the G35 Coupe that I had. So it's still more roomy than those, but still at the end of the day, you get more for the Charger. So if you're thinking about a Charger or a Challenger, I would honestly say go for a Charger before you go for the Challenger. If not as well, guys, go ahead and rent one out. I should have done that. I should have rented out a Challenger from someone, these places. Rent it for a couple days, get that wanting to own one out of my system, and just move on to like, okay, let me get something more reasonable, something more sensible. Because honestly, right now, I'm thinking about trading it for a Charger, but not trade as in going on finance, but find someone else who has their Charger is paid off and all that, and that wants to trade. I'm really considering that. I love the car. I mean, it has so much work that needs to be done, and that's why when I look at it, I just give up hope. But it's really, with all my project cars, this is really going to be more for project car. Thank God for the engine and the transmission right now seems good. But more the cosmetic stuff that I got to deal with. But that's it. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. Honestly, the drive, it drives great. Sorry. that blind spot that people talk about, in a Challenger and Camaros. I've driven a Camaro, and I feel like the Camaro has more of a blind spot than the Challenger actually do. So, I mean, it's more, yeah, the blind spot on the Camaro is actually harder, than it has more of a blind spot than the Challenger. So my first statement was correct. But other than that, compared to my Mustang, I would do a Mustang again over a Challenger. Not because I'm not a Mopar person, but not because, they say, Fords always break down and all that stuff. Fords are good cars. I mean, I never had any major issues with any of the Fords that I had. I just sold it just because I needed money. But the Mustang I had, I loved it and whatnot. And it's so much more that you can do to mod it. If you like to mod your cars, there is so much more that you can do to the car than you can do actually with a Challenger. And it's so much cheaper. It's like 50 to 80% cheaper to have a Mustang, because your gas and all that stuff, you can put regular gas. So even though this, you can still put regular gas in there. I mean, a lot of people advise that you put premium and whatnot. So I have been putting premium in it. So I think it's only twice that I put regular gas and fuel in there, but most of the time I'm putting premium in there. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, what can I say about the car? It's nice. I mean, it turns eyes. I mean, people look at him like, bro, that's a nice challenge. That's a really nice Challenger. I mean, I have 3 people that I work here that owns Challenger. But since I own this, I've seen so many Challengers pop up. And I don't know why is that. But I don't know if you noticed that, like me, if you ever buy a car, before you buy it, you don't see it as much. You don't see whether it's a Mustang, whether it's an Infiniti, whether it's a freaking Dodge Ram, whatever, or a Nissan Maxima, whatever the case may be. You don't see much of it out there until you actually buy the car, you own it. Then you start seeing so many of it pop up. Like, really, in Lawrenceville, I stay in Lawrenceville, and I don't used to see a lot of Challengers. I see 1 and 2 here and there. But yesterday, I saw literally, and I'm not exaggerating on this, I literally saw 9 Challengers yesterday in less than an hour. I went to the car wash, and I didn't have this Challenger. I had my mom's car. I had to go wash for her. But I saw 9 Challengers literally not back to back, but here and there, and just not maybe 15 minutes apart, 10-15 minutes apart. I said, there must be a Mopar thing going on in Lawrenceville. And today when I was coming to work, literally 3. There was 1 behind me, and there was another that had passed me. And as soon as I was pulling in, coming to work, bam, another Challenger right there. I'm like, yo, like, why is there so many Challengers? Then I'm seeing, like, what's going on? Like, Challengers are just taking over the world now. They're taking over the road. Like, there's so much of them. So I don't know. Maybe you guys haven't noticed that, but I literally do. Even with my Mustang that I owned it, my Infiniti as well, my Nissan Maxima, I guess maybe I don't pay much attention to. Maybe that's the case. But other than that, these are 20s. They're not in mint condition. They are the Mopar 11, I think, or 11, I don't know, some edition 11. Mopar wheels edition 11. They're pretty sweet. They look good on the car. I wanted to really just match. I had the stock 18s on there before, chrome, and when I got this, after I installed it, that's when I kind of pay attention that they kind of match. So I'm like, that's not bad. It kind of sticks out a little bit. It kind of looks good. But I intend, if I do keep it, I intend to paint it, plastic dip it, or wrap it, so which is really about the same thing. But yeah, that's my game plan. My next thing is I want to black out the taillight, so I will be working on that, blacking that out, and I'll be doing something to the front grille, but hopefully maybe before then the car will be sold. Right now I have so many people that contacting me for it. I just don't have the title yet. So hopefully the DMV don't take 2-3 weeks to send me my title, and I'll go from there. And depending on who pays the right price, I mean, shit, I'll sell it. Right now, I'm not gonna say how much I'm selling it for on here, but you can hit me up and we can go from there. It's on OfferUp if you guys want to look for it. It's a 2011 Dodge Challenger, and you'll probably see it on there. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, so you might be out of state, those of you that are watching this. But yeah, let me guys know. I mean, if you guys are out there, you're really thinking about buying one, you don't know if you should really make that move, I would really advise you first rent one out and go from there. Don't go under the 2011, because I would advise even you go for 2012 and because the 2011, that's the first year they put the 3.6 motor in the Challengers. So the 2009, I think, or 2007 to 2010, they have the 3.5 motor in there, which produces about 250 horsepower, while the 3.6 produces, I think, 305 horsepower. So it's like almost 52 increase there, so in horsepower. So go for the 2012. Reason why I'm saying, because the first year of edition of any car is always going to have problems. So they don't know the problems yet. Then the following year, that's when they start tackling those issues here and there, and it goes up and up and up and up and up. So if you can, go for a 2012 and up. If no choice to no choice, then hey, go for a 2010 and all that stuff. Like I said, 250 horsepower, it's not bad. For me, I felt like that's a little too slow for me, and that's really why I got rid of my Audi, because I thought the Audi produces more horsepower than actually 250. And for a 4-cylinder, it's still not bad. For a 4-cylinder, it was turboed and all that stuff, but still, guys, I'm like, at the end of the day, I had to let it go. Let me pop the hood. You guys kind of saw the trunk. Let me go ahead and pop the hood so you guys can see the motor. The car is dirty, so I have a lot of junk in there. But yeah, it's a 3.6, so 30. But yeah, that's probably gonna sum up this video, and I'll probably see you guys. If you guys want another more detailed video, then I can do so, but I don't feel like you guys would need one. But hit me up in the comments what you guys think. If you need a more detailed video, then I'll do another one and let you guys know. But for my opinion, before you actually get into one, go ahead and rent one before, whether you're financing, before you jump into financing one for like 3 to 5 years. Go ahead and rent one for at least a week. 2-3 days is not bad, but I would push for a week, and get the feeling of it, and then really decide whether you want it. Because me, when I first got it, the 2 days I was like, yeah, I was excited and all that stuff. And then I think like the third day I was like, man, what the fuck did I do? Excuse my language. But I was like really disappointed on that. So I don't know, guys. That's why I'm really pushing and saying that go ahead and rent one out. But if you've already made your research, done your research, and really no doubt want to get one, the V6 is not a bad idea. I mean, a stock, there is no sound to the muffler, so I'm really not gonna be revving it or anything like that. But go ahead. I mean, the V6 is not a bad idea if you're gonna be using it back and forth to work, school, here and there. It's not bad. If you want more, there's still so much more that you can do to increasing the horsepower on the V6. So don't feel like just getting a V6 is a downfall and whatnot. Yeah, you would have to put more money into actually, you know, probably making it faster than a Hemi, but it's not as much. The Hemi is about 350 horsepower. So honestly, the V6, even if you turbocharge it, supercharge it, you probably maybe at 320, 330-ish, maybe even 340. And really, your insurance still gonna be less. If you don't tell the insurance that, hey, you modded the engine or anything like that, your insurance still gonna be less, and your gas might even still be better than the people owning a V8. So don't feel discouraged to get a V8. I'm not bashing to say V8s are not good or V8 power or anything like that. I don't care if you hit me up on the comments saying, oh, V8 or anything like that. I don't care, guys. At the end of the day, like I said, if you're the one making your own payments, you doing that. You're not paying my bills. You're not paying for my gas. You're not paying for my insurance. You're not even paying if I was financing it. You guys are not even paying for that. I'm the one who has to worry about paying for all of that. So at the end of the day, guys, go for what you want. If you really push that you want a Hemi, then go for it. But just know that, hey, maintenance costs on the Hemis are going to be much more expensive. The gas as well is going to be higher. And your premium, your insurance is going to be higher. Whether you're going just liability or you're going premium coverage, it's still going to be higher. The only thing with that is you're going to have more horsepower. That's it. But how much you actually use that horsepower, unless you drift racing and drag racing, and taking it to the track and whatnot, then cool. But how often do you take it to the track? How often do you even race? You're not really supposed to be racing, guys. So you see so much going on with people out here racing and having accidents and getting locked up and all that stuff. So think about that. Please think about that. Parents, if you're watching this and thinking about buying your son, your daughter one because they say they want one, please consider that, because kids will be kids and they're going to do something stupid. They're going to do something stupid because somebody is going to try and challenge them to race their Challenger. So they're going to do something stupid and they're going to end up hurting themselves or hurting someone else or worse. And you're not going to forgive yourself at the end of the day for letting that happen, because it's going to be your fault. You are the one that bought them that car. But other than that, guys, I hope this review really helps you guys out. It's not much concerning, there's not much said to it, but I hope it's enough to help someone out there, at least one person. If I get one person that I've helped on this, I'm fine. Then I know that I won. I did something. I succeeded in something. But if not, oh well. I'll catch you guys on my next video. Have a good one.